Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wilds coming live to you from Houston, Texas with his inspirational morning walk. Hey, for first-time listeners, I just get some exercise in the mornings and I share my thoughts with you guys. Whatever I'm inspired to talk about that day. Yes, it's another beautiful day here in Houston. It's a little rainy today. We get some rain early in the morning. We're just in the early 50s, which temperature-wise is not too bad, but it's a little windy and it's drizzling out there. So I'll sit where I'm comfortable. I need no distractions. Just want to get this little word out. But happy Monday to everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I know I did. You know, the weekend I usually try to feed my mind. I'd get more time to feed my mind and, listen to a lot of inspirational stuff and just to keep myself going. And I heard a nice one. This guy, same guy I listened to often, Kevin Ewing from the Bahamas there. He exposed, talk about a new law, which I want to share with you guys, the law of inclusion, or as he said, law of incorporation or inclusion. So I want to shed the light. When I find these laws, I like bring them to you guys so we can be it's true knowledge, right? It's true knowledge. And once we know these laws and we treat them as laws, we can have a lot of success. That's what we're gonna have our success in life is by how much of these laws we truly participate in and do them the way it's set to be done to get a consistent result, right? It's just like the scientists. You don't go to scientists with rumors or what you think. No, scientists need to prove that law. Scientists they want to make sure they find a law. And once they find a law for whatever they are looking for, they know, they do all their tests and realize, yep, this is a law. If I do this, this is going to happen. And once they find a law, they know for sure they can get a consistent result. So that's what we saying technology improving. It's not really the technology improving, man, just finding other laws to do more things, just like this technology we're using here right now. They find the law, they know all these sound waves, all these things in the air and how to convert them to it. It's just laws, right? So that's why we found this law of inclusion here, and we're going to talk about it this morning, right? So let's see here. This law is the law of inclusion, right? In Proverbs 26:27, here what this law says. If you set a trap for others, you will be caught in it yourself. If you set a trap for others, you will be caught in it yourself. And it went on to say, if you roll a boulder down on others, it will crush you instead. So this thing, man, that's why we shouldn't worry for taking revenge, because this law alone is going to guarantee the revenge that you seeking, and you don't have to get your hands dirty by helping this law. 'Cause this law is going to play out regardless if you try to take the revenge or not, because this is a law, okay? It's saying if you set a trap for others, if you go out to your way and setting a trap for someone, all right, trapping all way. You might go and tell a lie on them to cause them to lose the job or you to get the promotion. You might send some bogus email, make it look like they say it. You might spread some rumor about them for people to think, good morning, Jillian. Good morning, big sis. How are you doing? Right? So if you set in this trap, right? You're setting a trap, people going, seeing people prospering. I want to do stuff to make them lose the job and cause them to struggle, or people setting traps so other people, husband, wives, or whatever the case may be. The law is saying, Proverbs 26:27, if you set a trap for others, you will be caught in it yourself. It's a law. You can take that to the bank. Then it went on to say, if you roll a boulder down on others, it will crush you instead. That does not mean you're not going to achieve your objective. You will achieve your objective if the person is not protected. If the person is not protected and it's not, knowing these laws on how to protect themselves and get God protection around them, you will achieve your objective. Whatever you set out to do, you might tell the lie on the person, get the promotion in front of them, set them up to go to jail, set them up to be fired, whatever it is the trap you set in, you might achieve the objective. But you look, it's going to come right back to you. right? And we're going to look at a little story in the Bible, how that play out too. I will show you these laws here is laws. It's going to happen. Just like the scientists find a law and he no guarantee he can get the result. He don't even have to think once we do this, that's going to be a result. That's how these laws operate. Let's see what Psalm 7, 15 to 16 says. Psalm 7, 15 and 16. They dig a pit to trap others, then fall into it themselves. Alan Dwayne, good morning, good morning. They dig a pit for others and then fall into it themselves. The trouble they make for others backfire on them. The violence they plan falls on their own heads. Again, you're going to see this out through the Bible, this law talking about if you set in trap, if you're doing evil to others, the same evil going to come right back to you, right back to you. It's going to come, right? Psalms 9:15, Psalms 9 verse 15 saying, the nation has fallen into the pit they dug for others. The nations have fallen into the pit they dug for others. Their own feet had been caught in the trap they're set. Their own feet had been caught in the trap they're set. So, guys, I'm telling you, if you're trying to set trap for someone, if you're trying to do evil, even if you're praying evil on someone, just be careful and understand this law, because it's going to come right back to you. It's going to come right back to you, right? And if you do good, this good could come back to you also, right? So the choice is yours. Psalms 57:6. Psalms 57:6 says, my enemies have set a trap for me. I am very weary from distress. They have dug a deep pit in my path, but they themselves have fallen into it. And there's a lot more, right? My enemies have set a trap for me. I'm weary from distress. They have dug a deep pit in my path, but they themselves have fallen into it. And there's a lot more talking about this law of inclusion. If you try to do bad to others, the same stuff just come right back to you. It's come like a boomerang. It's going to come right back to you. That's why we don't need to go out and take revenge. We don't need to go out and take revenge when people are trying to do evil to us. This law is going to take care of them, right? More, just to the same measure that they try to do the stuff to you, come right back to them and even worse, right? And that's what people don't understand. When they go to these witch doctors and all of that to do something to someone else, right? They don't understand. It's coming right back to them. Remember, God said too, whatever the evil you done, I can bring it to your third and fourth generation. But they don't understand that this is a law going to play out. Whatever you do to hurt that person, come right back on you, your family, and it's going to come right back home to you, right? So let's look at the story in the Bible, how this play out. The Bible always, if they set a law, they can give you an example how it play out, so you can bring it home a little better to you, right? So this is the story of Esther, in the book of Esther, right? Yeah, you know the story about Haman and Mordecai. Haman was second in command to the king. King, he had a lot of power. So in this, when Queen Esther became the king, Mordecai, I think, was her uncle, and he just hate this guy because this guy didn't want to bow down to him and treat him like no lord. And he just developed a hatred for this guy, Mordecai. So he hated this man so much because he was a Jew, Esther, and Mordecai didn't were Jews. So he come up with a bogus petition to tell the king some lie about the Jews and how these people are, whatever's a lie, and we need to kill all of them out. So the king like, okay, you trust them, and the king signed the petition, and this particular day, this particular month, they would kill all these Jews. But Mordecai intercepted, and he tell Esther, she need to intervene when she go on the fast, blah, blah, blah. We know the story. But the part where I want to stress on, they bring out this law here, right? The same day, now he had this petition to kill all the Jews, but he still can't wait. This man Mordecai is just getting on my nerves. I really can't wait. I got to just get some, hurt this man myself. So he built this big gallows in his home to hang this man on it, right? He built this, a gallows is something where you hang somebody on. So the same day he set out, now he's going and tell the king a lie so he can get permission to hang Mordecai on this gallows he built. The same day he set out, left his home to go into to tell this lie to the king to get Haman to be Mordecai to hang on this gallows. Here what happened on that same day, because the queen had invited him to a banquet, And he didn't know the Lord had other plans waiting for execute this law on him. And to tell the king that about this lie where he tell but to kill all the Jews and beg for the Jews' life. So this is that same day when he left to go and get this permission, tell this lie to get this permission to hang this man. Let's read it. So the king and Haman went to dine with Queen Esther, and on the second day at the banquet of wine, the king again said to Esther, "What is your petition, Queen Esther? It shall be granted you. And what is your request? Up to half of the kingdom, it shall be done." Then Queen Esther answered and said, "If I have found favor in your sight, O king, and if it pleases the king, let my people be given me as my petition, and my people at my request." So she's saying, look, if you find favor, we need to, good morning. So if you find favor, God, just let my people, just give my people, give my people the freedom, right? For we have been sold, my people and I, to be destroyed, to be killed, and to be annihilated. Had we been sold as male and female slave, I would have held my tongue. If we've been sold as slave, I wouldn't say nothing, right? Although the enemy could never compensate for king's loss, right? So the king answered and said to Queen Esther, "Who is this? Who is he? And where is he who dare presume in his heart to do such a thing?" So the king, "Who's this man who doing this wicked stuff?" Then Esther said, "The adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman." So Haman was terrified before the king and queen. Then the king rose in wrath from the banquet of wine and went in his palace garden. But Haman stood before Queen Esther pleading for his life, for he saw the evil was determined against by the king. So he saw, Tracy Hamer, good morning. So he saw the king now is going to do something terrible to him. So he tried to beg the queen. He's trying to beg the queen. Now, okay, save my life. When the king returned from the palace garden to the palace of the banquet of wine, Haman had fallen across the couch where Esther was. So he begging the queen in such desperation, like he just fall on the couch where the queen was. And the king was like, "What? That's what you want to do in front of my face? You jumping on the queen?" So the king right now think he just want to, molest his wife right in front of him. So here what the king said. So Haman had fallen across the couch where Esther was. The king said, "Will he also assault the queen while I'm in the house?" As the word left the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. Now, Arbona, one of the eunuchs, said to the king, and you guys know what a eunuch is. If you see the word eunuch in the Bible, it's a man who was castrated. Any man who got to be around the queen in the palace, around the queen and stuff like that, they castrate them. So the king is like, "I ain't going to get no trouble here, bro. If you're going to work queen close to the queen and around the queen, you're going to be castrated." So the way eunuch is, right? So one of the eunuchs said to the king, "Look, the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman made for Mordecai." We talking about this law of inclusion. If you dig a pit, you set a trap for others, you're going to fall right into it. So the people tell the king, the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman made for Mordecai, who spoke good on the king's behalf, is standing at the house of Haman. So the man say, hey, king, this man had built a gallows to hang Mordecai on it, man. Then the king said, "Hang him on it." So they hung Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then the king wrath subsided. Oswald Smith, good morning, sir, good morning. This is what we're talking about. These are laws. This law says, Proverbs 26:27, if you set a trap for others, you will be caught in it yourself. If you roll a boulder down on others, it will crush you instead. That's not the same thing what happened with Haman and Mordecai. See, the Bible just show you, it's just one example. You don't need to bring it home 10 times to show you how this play out. How this play out in reality, right? You gotta understand the Bible is not just stories, and God used these people's lives to demonstrate his laws. Whether the good or bad laws, he used people's lives to demonstrate it. So this is how this can play out. This man built this gallows. This man was good to the king. He did good stuff if you read the story. But he just developed this hatred for this man, and he gonna build this gallows, and he built it so high so it can hurt him, and then you can look and see how he punish on it. and who get hung on the same gallows, right, guys? So, guys, so we saying, man, let's treat these stuff as laws. If you want consistency in your life, when God talk about if you give to the poor, you'll be lending to him and he'll repay you. And if you give to the poor, you'll never lack. And seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and no weapon shall formed against me shall prosper. All of these laws that we talk about, seek ye first the kingdom, the other one about don't lean on your own understanding and all of that. If you're looking for consistency in your life, let's follow these laws. Just like the scientists, when they find a law to do certain thing, they don't have to think no more. They know for sure this is going to happen. The outcome is going to be consistent each and every time because it's a law. It's the same way these laws of the Bible operate. The outcome is going to be consistent all the time once you follow it the way it should be followed. That's why I'm saying, if you're looking for prosperity, you're looking for increases, find the laws that talk about that and act out the law. Whatever the law said to do, you do it. If he said give to the poor, you're going to never lack, and give to the poor, and you lend into him and he can repay you, that is what's going to happen. It's going to be consistent. That's why I'm saying I'm trying to look for consistency in my life. And that's why I'm trying to follow these laws, learn them, find out all the different laws and learn them so I can get consistency in my life and not a hit and miss. I could know if I do this, for sure this is going to be the result. Right? All right, guys, I'm going to leave that there. Have a happy Monday, guys, and we'll talk again on Wednesday. But this is the law of inclusion we did today. If you set a trap for others, you will fall right into that trap. All right, guys, so don't go out and take revenge. If people doing wickedness against you, setting traps for you, you don't have to go and pray. That's why they say send back the prayer. Send back to send the prayers are not legal. You don't have to send back no mean, evil stuff to them. These laws is going to take care of them, man. Let them go on with the wickedness. You cover yourself so the wickedness don't catch you, and they can go right back to them. All right. Have a great day, guys. Okay, bye.